In today's episode, I'm going to answer a question from one of my newsletter readers, Gabriel, who wrote in asking, "Hi, I'm Gabriel and I have a question. What are the features and attributes that lead to success in entrepreneurship?" So thanks for the question, Gabriel. Big question. A lot of people have that on their mind. I think you ask a lot of different people, you get a lot of different answers. But from my perspective, there are three things that I wanted to quickly touch on. The first, in terms of success as an entrepreneur, I believe you have to start around something you're really passionate about. So you have to start around something that gets you really excited. You think you can add a lot of value to people's lives. You get out of bed and you want to just go, go, go. You're doing it not because you're trying to make a lot of money, but you're doing it because you really feel that you're adding a lot of value and you're really excited that you're helping people. So that's number one. If you find that if you are doing that, the money comes. And that may be hard to believe, but a lot of people start in a business just trying to make money and they don't care what the business is. Like, I'm just trying to make a lot of money. Those people rarely make a lot of money. It's the ones who really love what they're doing that gets them really excited and they're really helping people. Those are the guys who make a lot of money and have a lot of success as entrepreneurs. The second thing is I tried to build around the customer. So especially if you're first starting out, try to find somebody who has a problem that you feel that you can help them solve and build around them. Too many entrepreneurs start a business with a great idea that doesn't end up going anywhere because they can't find customers. And they spend all this time, money, effort, energy creating this product or service that never takes off because they can never find customers. So reverse it, go out and find the customer first and offer to build a product or service that can help solve a particular pain point that they have, and you have money coming in the door and you're able to grow a successful business off of that. So try to build around customer pain points. The problem that you think you're solving is never actually quite the problem that you're going to solve once you start talking to customers and you get them to support you by you're helping each other out, right? You're giving them a solution to their pain point and they're paying you and helping you launch your company. So that's number two. Number three, in terms of making money, the money that you're going to make is going to be dependent on how much value that you add to your clients. So if you want to make more money, you got to add more value. You got to be more helpful. So this is especially true if you're in a really competitive industry. It can be hard to stand out. You're going to stand out by adding more value than your competition. And if you want to make more money quickly, add more value more quickly. And that's really the bottom line for any business. If you want to get paid, you got to add a lot of value. So always look for ways to go above and beyond, add way more value, especially in startup phase, add way more value than your competitors to win the loyalty, earn the trust of your customers, and get repeat business and referred customers as well from that.
Most entrepreneurs don't charge enough. You're so worried about getting rejected or losing clients because of a higher price that you'll charge just enough so that you stay just above the survival line. That's not how winning businesses are built. If you can't break your survival mentality, you'll stay in survival mode forever. So the first brand deal that I ever got was for $500 from a major telecommunications company, and they wanted me to write for their website. And they hired me, they hired 9 other people to write an article, and they said, write 300 words, we'll pay you $500. And for me, $500 at the time, I thought, this is great. It's amazing. I got my first deal, $500, this is cash. I'm pumped. But more important, I'm getting a link from a huge company. And for anybody back in the old school SEO days, if you get linked from a big company, that can mean a lot for your business to take off for rankings. So I would have done it for free just for the link. So they gave me the $500. But I didn't just write the 300 words because I wanted to give more value. I wanted to get paid based off the value that I could provide. And so I had to show them, here's how much value I can bring. And so instead of writing 300 words, I wrote 1,500 words, right? 5 times more than what they asked. And then I made a video talking about it. And then I also promoted it to my newsletter list, promoted it to my audience, let people know when that article came up, here it was. And so what happened? As a result of me doing all this work, I was the only one doing it. So when they came to the end of the series, I had my posts that were crushing it, and the 9 other people were doing what was asked, the 300 words, the bare minimum. What is asked of you is the bare minimum. That's your ticket into the door. If you just did what they asked, that's not enough. That's not giving them insane value. And so I was the only one that they hired. 10 of us went in. I was the only one who kept going because I brought them way more value. Now I started charging more for what I was doing. It went from $500 per post to $1,000 to $1,500 to $2,000, kept increasing my prices because I was bringing them the value and they could see it. And so at the very beginning, I was grateful. I was just grateful to get the gig. I was grateful to get my first corporate gig, to get $500, to get a link from the website. I was grateful. I was pumped. I was happy. I was excited. This is the best. But I wanted to make this a business. And you can't have a business on $500 a month. And so I had to ask myself, how do I bring more value? If I want to get paid more, I need to bring more value, and either these guys are going to recognize it or somebody else will. I'm going to give you a 3-step process that you can use to start charging more. Step number 1 is give the baker's dozen. I don't know how common a term this is, but I remember when I was young, growing up at my cottage, we'd always go to this local bake shop, and they sold donuts, and they would sell a 12-pack of donuts, but they would add a 13th one in for free, and they called it the baker's dozen. A dozen is supposed to be 12, but they give you a 13th donut for free. So you can get your 12 and you can pick one more for free as a bonus, as an extra, as more value. And so you want to think about that in your business as well. Think about all the clients that you're helping. How can you give the baker's dozen? How can you give that one extra donut, that one extra little bit of value? Not of what you want to do, but of what is actually valuable for them, right? In the example of my client, I wrote 5 times as many words. I added a video. I promoted to my newsletter list. Think about being your client's chief goal officer. What are they trying to accomplish? They're hiring you for something, but they also have bigger goals in their life or business. What are they trying to accomplish? And the more you can help them accomplish that thing, the more they're going to love you, the more they're going to refer you, and the more they're going to pay you for helping them out. And so adopt the baker's dozen mentality. You're just assuming that what is on paper is not going to be enough. That's just the entry point, that's the bare minimum. You're always going to add in that extra donut. Step 2, increase your prices by 30%. Just try it. For your next client, increase your prices 30%. A big problem for a lot of entrepreneurs is you're already doing the baker's dozen. You're doing more than the baker's dozen. You're giving insane value. You're spending an incredible amount of time researching, helping, thinking about your client, and you're just not getting paid enough for it. And so your next client that comes in, just try it. 30% more, 30% more, 30% more. And you'll slowly transition to be able to have bigger clients, because only doing work with people who can afford to pay you what you're worth is not how you're going to build a great business. It's honestly better to work with people who can afford to pay you, and then you keep 10% of your clients to be charity cases. That's actually even for free. You don't charge them, it's free. It's your community service. It's your work to give back to the community around you. Amazing, but you can't build your business off of that. Most of your business has to be off of people who are paying you what you're worth. And so the next client that comes in, you summon your courage, you look at your typical price that you would charge, now it's 30% more. And step 3 is start small. I love starting small. I hate having to go into a business and do this giant pitch because it's a 6-figure deal. I hate that. It takes too long. It has to go through too many hands. It has to have too many meetings. It's a committee to make a decision. It just takes too long. The best place to start is small. Just find the smallest deal to get started on. One tiny little thing that you can do for them, and then be the best supplier that they've ever worked with. Be the best supplier that they have ever worked with, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to fight for ways to bring you back in. When I did that deal with the telecommunications company, they loved me so much that they fought for ways to have me come back in. They wanted me to speak at events. They wanted me to interview people for their channel. They were looking for ways, like, can we give this to Evan? Can we have Evan do this? It started off as one throwaway thing, one 300-word article became a 3-year relationship. Something like that is crazy. I want that for you. I don't want you to have to go through crazy big proposals that take 6 months to get a decision. Find one tiny little thing that you can get started off, and then show the value that you bring. And then they're gonna fight over themselves to have you do more work. They'll say, can you do this? Can you do that? We're having a problem here. Can you help out here too? And if it's in your wheelhouse and you say, yes, I'm happy to help. And suddenly you get more and more and more of the entire business without ever having to pitch, without ever having to present, because you're bringing so much value. If you want to learn how to become the best version of yourself, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Everybody has Michael Jordan level talent at something. You could be the Michael Jordan of something, and most people never find it.